There have been some like fighting, like, little, not this for example, right, but like little peripherals like this that have just had,
Yeah.
like, keys on them instead of just like Samo buttons or something like
Oh
that.
yeah.
And
Yeah, I've seen that, but I've seen and Doctor will attest to this because he's seen it at events up in Massachusetts as well. But there's people up here that literally just bring around a keyboard and they will have removed all of the keys that they don't want to use and they just use that as their controller. We've got Astro versus Zigglebonk here to play for more of our latter portion of the stream. If you are just joining us and maybe you are unfamiliar with how this usually works, we run about 2 hours of ladder bracket play here, and the top 8 players who have at least 5 games and have been actively participating get seeded into an 8-man double elimination bracket starting at 9 o'clock. And Zigglebonk trying to get started with an abandon here as they've got Astro locked down to the corner. What do you think about Rashid, Banjo?
I think Rashid, like, he kind of has this unique, not problem, but like the damage isn't there, but the mix is. I think he's an excellent like mixed character. I run a right spinning mixer. I think he's a character with like good utility, good projectiles, and a lot of just combo and mix up potential. Right? A lot of us feel like, oh, like the damage isn't there, and people think that that's inherently a bad thing, and it's not. You know what I'm saying? Because you can make people guess, which is, I think, is like making people guess on defense is just a powerful thing in a game like this. So I think he's middle of the road, which, I mean, yeah, I was gonna say, like, maybe he's like at the top of my list, but I think he's middle of the road.
Yeah, I think I agree with most of that. I think damage is something that comes over time. He's got so many unique, movement options and different ways that he can, cycle his kit together that I think it was always going to take a little bit for him to get sorted. I know we're finally starting to see him get explored. Obviously, we're seeing him here tonight. Right. I know, he dropped just before, some of the biggest tournaments where no one was going to take a chance. Wow. They actually, OD Tornado managed to eat away an awful lot of that level 1, enough for Zigglebonk to not die on chip.
Right, so actually, and those ones like the subtle nuance, like matchup check things, right? It's just like, man, if I have if I get a level 1 projectile for super, then maybe I should be careful about how I throw him against Rashid. And it's like little nuances like that kind of make characters that like this shine with these little tricky characters. I like that about Rashid, bro, because if I end up playing Rashid, I might get cooked if I play something like that. If I had a level 1 didn't know about it.
Oh, for sure. Okay, we see the Zigglebonk back in the driver's seat, kind of press the issue. That reversal level 1 again. It's one of the things people really value about Luke, that level 1. Faster startup, it lets them do decently well in Fireball Wars as long as you react in time. And having, I know I said this last week, but if you've got the bar, spend it in this game is my MO.
Hey, and honestly, like, I saw like a bunch of Street Fighter this weekend, and I'm just like, hey, bro, y'all being real meter conservative for no reason in a lot of these instances, bro. And in my opinion, like I said, I'm with you on that 100%. It's like, bro, if you got the cash, spend it, please. You're gonna get it back.
Okay, there's more of that tricky movement out of Rashid, like I was talking about. It's not enough just to be able to jump. You can't play the fireball trap styles against Rashid in the way that you might otherwise. And I mean, you were talking about lack of damage. I mean, sure, that's decent enough for like 1 OD gauge, but having the Oki that you get after that situation is something that matters a little bit more.
Insurmountable. And the fact that like Astro was like sitting there in the corner, it's almost as if like, bro, like he has to reverse out of one of these situations, right? And then he just decides not to and takes all this damage to his drive meter, gets air thrown to the sky. Oh my goodness. And yeah. Ooh, you jabbed out of that? Alright.
That was brave as hell. I really like that jab there, actually, because it seems to me, I immediately was like, yeah, Zigglebonk is just going to do something into a guaranteed chip sequence because Astro's so low. So that jab is like, well, if I'm going to die for blocking, let's make an active decision. And that jab ended up working out for him. Didn't have the resources available to him to finish out the round, but it was a smart call in the moment.
Very, very interesting. Like, this man Zigglebonk is like getting like an awful lot out of the trade and speaking of No trade to be found here. Just a solid level 2 for corner position. Still in burnout.
Yeah, don't spend the bar. Just make this take as long as possible here as Zigglebonk.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whoa.
All right, we got Spaghetti a little bit all over the place there. A little bit scrambly, but that's just fine. Set point for Astro. With Zigglebonk having that resource lead.
Yeah. Get a counter hit. Make sure you finish your plate 100%.
Okay. We get juggles off of that, right into the knockdown. Meaty Tornado. My DI comes out just in time. Zigglebonk, please just finish your plate, my son.
Level 3 obvious. Come on with it.
Okay,
Hello?
Astro let go of the controller.
Rashid.
Hello?
Fair enough. You don't get to bring those bars with you to the next one, though. I'm gonna go ahead and let Zigglebonk know that.
Don't take the bars with you. You can definitely get a second try. Man, no big deal. Definitely game 3 between Zigglebonk and Astro in the ladder, by the way. And a little bit sweaty here. And Zigglebonk looking for something that clearly was not there. Jumping out of the corner and wow, okay, putting him back into the corner. Go. Like the air-to-airs. Astro kind of just sitting there waiting. I guess he doesn't want to, like, you know, try to hit a button and just leave himself open so that way he doesn't end up getting like hit by any BS. And speaking of which, not completing the combo here, and then there's a little bit of a gap for him to parry.
Meaty Tornado is going to work out, and I think you were right. It seems like Astro's gotten wise to the fact that they're a little bit unaware of how Rashid's tools are working.
Yes.
They're getting caught out by some of the, as you would describe it, some of the BS. So I think Astro has made the choice to be a little bit more passive and be like, all right, I'm going to wait out for the spots where I know stuff can happen in my favor and not just try shit.
Yeah,
and
man,
now as a
literally.
result of that, we're seeing a much more solid round here.
Yeah, you see him only doing this stuff like in the corner to where he doesn't want to like give anything up, like because he's absolutely dominated the mid-range. And that's kind of where Luke excels anywhere, but he has a really good mid-range game. You can kind of just, you know, as Luke, check people with medium punch, you know what I'm saying, like a standing medium kick. Yo, look at that. My point exactly, and literally just knocking on the door over and over again, making him expend
That's not going to work.
gauge.
You are too
No
far away.
Okay,
Okay.
I was about to say, yo, don't tell me you really got hit by this.
I feel like you could have just blocked and maybe gotten a punish too, but you know what? Whatever. We finished our plate here. Zigglebonk's going to be able to close that one out, earn themselves the dub. Doing it for the... Do it for the gram is an old reference at this point, right? Or do it for the vine? That's definitely an old reference.
You are so old.
I'm old, y'all.
Fine. Woo! Made superstars and we didn't even know it. Hot damn. And speaking of Vine, level 3, Zigglebonk with the Dr. Seuss name.
Dr. Seuss name.
Hey.
Shit, you're not wrong.
Zigglebonk, the Lorax. Which one is a book and which isn't? Big reads on his hands though, right there. Zigglebonk. So when we moving on the ladder, I saw something last week to where one person went 5-0 and they were able to get in. So guys, don't give up hope, bro. Like,
Yeah, it's definitely doable, right?